The story of how I became involved in asteroids is kind of like a lot of the other stories in my life. It seems to come from the wrong direction, in a sense, because I got into it through music. Again, I think if you're aware of something, you're open to it, and a door opens and you see something that perhaps you've been expecting to see. But I got an email from a guy called Greg Richters saying, I've made this film about an asteroid impact. Will you do the music for it? Now, I get a lot of requests, and I was about to sort of hit delete and think, I don't have time for this. I just thought, asteroids? That's something important, and maybe this film has something to say. So I replied to him and said, maybe I can do something, and that sort of opened the door to Greg. Now, Greg's a very persistent guy and very passionate, and so we developed a friendship, and I went along to do the music. I actually played the music live to the film, to the cut of the film, which was an unusual experience. That doesn't happen very often these days. Usually you go off to a separate studio and then you marry it later on. But I actually stood there and worked to the film, which was a thrill. So then obviously we got talking about what the film was about. Now this is not Armageddon. In Armageddon, Bruce Willis comes along and saves the planet. This isn't a film like that. This is different. We're in a situation like we've been talking about where there is no escape. We know it's going to happen. What do we do? It's quite a... and this is a big one. It's not going to be enough to evacuate a city. The whole world is going to be affected, and probably human beings are going to be wiped out. So it's a big one. So we started talking, and I was very open to the idea of looking at asteroid impacts because of my history and now because of this film, which is an amazing film, I have to say. So the whole idea of Asteroid Day became a reality through Greg. He worked and he got all sorts of people involved with high profiles and with a huge amount of knowledge, including recently Stephen Hawking, who's a great advocate for anything like that. He's just an amazing guy. So Greg has worked on this, and Asteroid Day is now a thing which exists. We did a launch in the Science Museum, which was worldwide hooked up with the Astronomer Royal and various top-line solar system astronomers from America. But this will be worldwide, literally. There will be eventually Chinese astronomers, Indian astronomers, all around the world working on this project to try and safeguard us against a serious asteroid impact. How do we do this? Not easy, because even if we can detect these objects, what can we do? If it's heading straight towards us, we can probably, with a bit of expertise, predict whereabouts on the planet it's going to hit, which is useful to know. But can we stop it happening? Well, touch and go. At the moment, we don't have the technology, but there's some good proposals in there which are under development. The Bruce Willis solution is probably not great, because if you split the thing up into a number of pieces, you probably don't know, you can't predict where they're going to go. So you might end up with multiple impacts instead of one, which wouldn't be too good. But if you can deflect the asteroid early enough, maybe you apply a very small deflection a few years away. By the time it gets to us, that's just enough to make it miss the Earth. That seems to be a possibility if you can detect it early enough. So it's a lot of people have said, well, what can you possibly do? It's going to happen anyway. Well, at the moment, that's true, but we have to move towards a situation where we could defend ourselves. I think that's important.